Let's be real, it can be hard to stay disciplined. Sometimes life gets in the way or our energy depletes, and it's up to us on whether or not we get back up and continue on with what we need to get done. Hello and welcome. I'm Michaela, and this is To Be Known, a podcast all about authenticity, vulnerability, and connection. What I think is actually lost in this understanding of what discipline actually is that it is a practice. It is a skill, and it is something that you can get better at. Just because you might be lacking in discipline right now in your life does not mean that it is an impossible feat that you will never be able to have in your life. Just as I said, it is a skill. Discipline can get a bad rap because it can be so black and white, so dualistic, and you have no discipline or you have too much discipline. But today we are going to be talking about how you can just have more discipline in your life if you are looking for it, because sometimes we could be stuck in a rut and we could just be thinking about how there's so many things that we want to do, so many things that we need to get done, but it's all overwhelming, and our dreams might seem impossible. But if you grasp on to discipline, and if you practice discipline in your own life, then you will be able to get so much closer to that dream life that you wish to have, because you cannot have discipline without having a vision for what you want out of it. And that is what we're going to be talking about today, because discipline, it's kind of an interesting word. Discipline is how we train ourselves to live by certain practices or standards in order to get us to a certain goal, or in order to have a certain level of self-control. It can be seen a little bit as a double-edged sword, but I want you to see that discipline is just a skill to help keep those impulses at bay, to help keep you committed on your path, the things that you want, your intentions, your desires, your dreams, and your hopes. Discipline is going to be the thing that will get you there. Discipline is something that I've been really good at in the past, and slowly but surely, I've kind of lost my disciplinary ways with myself. I don't even know if that's the right way to put it, but I am wanting to become more disciplined with myself, because I am at a point in my life right now where things are going to be ramping up really quickly for me. And I need to make sure that my discipline is in check, because I want to have all of my dreams. I want to achieve all of the things that I wish to have in my life. I just got into a master's program at USC. Woo, go Trojans. And I am just really excited for that. And I'm really excited for all of the things that are going on in my life currently. So I just need to make sure that I have discipline, because there are places that I want to go and things that I want to do with To Be Known, and another exciting thing that I will be talking to you about it in the future. But I just have so many things that are on the rise right now, and I need to make sure that I'm having discipline in my own life with all of these things. So that is why I am talking about that today, because I need it. And chances are, if I need it, then someone out there probably needs it as well, because we humans, we all need the same things at the end of the day. So today we are going to be talking about the issue around discipline, why you might be struggling with it, and how you can improve this skill in your life, because it all starts with you. So let's answer the question, why do we struggle with discipline? First things first is that we are human. We have little monkey brains that crave instant gratification. Our impulses get the best of us. And when we are scrolling on our phones, trying to get a little bit of dopamine, we are so focused on our short-term present moment of just trying to feel better that we might not be focusing on our long-term goals in those moments. When you give into your impulses, when you give into instant gratification, usually those things do not help you out in the long term. Our innate drive to just want instant gratification makes this tough, but just knowing and recognizing when you're in a moment of, I'm actually just trying to get instant gratification, can be something that can help you. But that's not what we're talking about right now. We are talking about the reasons why we might struggle with discipline. And another reason that might be is emotional distractions. I debated on whether or not I should phrase it like this, emotional distractions, but sometimes life and things, our external world, our internal world, can really affect our emotions and make us feel just overwhelmed, because that's just how life is sometimes. Sometimes it's just our internal battles, sometimes it's our external battles, sometimes it's a combination of the both that really can make it difficult for us to be practicing discipline in our lives. Think about how many days that you have had that are just draining, sucking the life force out of you because something heavily emotional is going on. You don't want to do anything else. And sometimes our emotions can be a big distraction from ourselves and what we are wanting to get out of life in the current moment, as well as in our long term. So sometimes our emotions can be distracting us from discipline and our long-term goals. It's just the truth of the matter. Another reason why is also the fear of judgment or failure. And this is something that I really understand, because having a fear of just not meeting other people's expectations or not meeting your own expectations can sometimes feel so paralyzing. It can really stop you from even trying to do something new or trying to achieve a goal or whatever these things that you're wanting in your life is. If you're wanting to become more disciplined, sometimes this fear of judgment or failure can really stop you in your tracks, because what this fear does is put you in an avoidance pattern. Instead of just doing the thing to simply do it, you might be avoiding or procrastinating what it is that you are needing to get done because you are worried that it is not going to be perfect or to meet your expectations or someone else's expectations. There's a big avoidance piece that happens with these fears. I'm just being honest. Honestly, it's something that I need to hear. So I'm just saying it's true. And lastly, I've said it thus far, having a lack of clarity or goals can really make it difficult to have discipline in your life, because when you don't have a clear vision of what it is that you want, what it is that you desire, what it is that you want your life to be, then how are you supposed to know what it is that you need to do in order to get that? You know what I mean? If you don't have any clarity on what it is that you want, how are you supposed to know what you are supposed to do? Without a clear understanding or roadmap to where we want to go, it is really hard for us to have discipline, because there is no clear focus on what it is we want to do and why we want to do it and how we want to do it. It's just not there. In my opinion, discipline really does not work if you do not have a clear intention or reason why you are even practicing discipline in the first place. Before you can even think about having more discipline in your life, you need to sit down and tune in and really think about what it is you are trying to achieve or get out of life, and then sit back and try to create a step-by-step plan of how it is that you are going to get there. That's what discipline is really all about. Discipline is the way that we get to creating our dream life. It is the how. It is all about taking intentional steps and embracing growth along the way. When you are in the process of creating your dream life, you have discipline, and this allows you to have self-discovery and resilience and build up your confidence within yourself and your gratitude for life, because you are doing things on the daily, on the weekly, on the monthly, on the yearly to get you closer to the life that you wish to have. It's only going to make your life better if you figure out what it is that you want out of life and how you are going to do it. When we are defining what our vision that we're wanting to achieve looks like to ourselves, we have to get really clear on what it is that we want. Personally, I invite you to take out a pen and a sheet of paper and write it down. Get real with what it is that you want. This is something that only you will see. So it doesn't matter what you put on this sheet of paper. Dream big, dream small, it does not matter. Figure out what it is. Truly sit there and say, this is what I want to feel like in a year from now, 5 years from now, maybe even a few months from now, and get clear on what it is step by step, feeling by feeling on what it is that you are wanting out of life. This is a manifestation practice, and we don't have to get into manifestation stuff today. I will get into it in the future, but getting clear and really visualizing what it is and where you want to be, that is one of the most powerful tools that you can possibly use for yourself. Envision the details fully. When you are able to truly see this life for yourself, you understand what it is that you're feeling, who you're surrounded by, what your values are, where you are at in life, then it will become real to you, and you will be able to see that this is something that you can achieve in your life. Visualize the details, get clear on what it is that you want for yourself, that you desire, that you believe can be true for you. Also, identify your why. When you know why it is that you want this certain life or to achieve this certain goal or whatever it is that you want, when you understand your why fully and deeply, then it will only invigorate you and inspire you and empower you to keep on moving, to keep on doing all of those little mundane tasks that it is that are a part of the discipline of getting to where you want to be. Your why is the thing that will keep you grounded, as well as keep your sights clear when things might get a little hazy or a little turbulent in life, because that's the thing about life. Sometimes we need a reason why in order to keep us going. And that is the thing that keeps us looking at that light at the end of the tunnel when things could get dark. So figure out your why. When you are looking at this life and you're looking at this dream and you're getting really clear on it, set clear intentions. Figure out a step-by-step guide of what you need to do over the next couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years in order for you to get to where it is that you want to be. What I mean by creating this step-by-step guide is create SMART goals that will get you to where you want to be. And what I mean by SMART goals is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. You want to think of specific things that you can do that are going to get you a little bit more forward, that are relevant to where your life is at that moment in time, and also give yourself a time limit of when it is that you need to achieve that goal. That is what's going to keep you going on your journey. I have done this in the past with my life, and honestly, I've lost sight of SMART goals and I forgot about them until now. And I have really done a lot of things in my life and achieved a lot of things in my life based on making those SMART goals. So they work. I will tell you that they work, and just try it out. Create those SMART goals for yourself to focus on in your life. Just prioritize yourself. Prioritize your time to dedicate yourself to achieving these goals, to setting these intentions, to believing in this vision that you have for yourself. Prioritize yourself in this process of trying to raise more discipline in your life, because it is only going to get you closer to the life that you wish you can have, because you can have it. It all starts with you. How many times am I going to say that today? I don't know. But it does all start with you, and you need to make sure that you are cultivating a strong self-belief that you believe you can do these things. And by setting up those relevant, SMART, whatever goals that I told you to do, by setting up those little tasks, those mundane things, all of these things can help you build up your self-confidence, your resilience, and make you feel as though you are going to be able to achieve your dream life or to have more discipline in your life. It is possible for you. And you just have to show yourself step by step, day by day, that this is something you can do for you, not for anyone else, but yourself. You deserve to prioritize yourself and to see all it is that you can do. Don't look at the whole thing. Just look at the little steps, the little things that you need to do in order to get yourself there. Create a plan and execute that plan. That is what discipline is. Creating your dream life is ultimately about you aligning your mindset, your actions, and your goals to create a life that is fulfilling for you. It is all about alignment and intention to keep moving forward for what it is that you wish and why it is that you want the things you want. Your journey is probably going to have ups and downs. It's that part of life, but with intention and consistency, that is going to get you closer and closer and closer to the things that you dream of for yourself. It is all achievable. You just have to do it and believe. In order to have the life that you wish to live, you must practice discipline. You must push yourself to move forward if that is the direction that you are wanting to go in. You cannot change your life or live your dream life if you are just stagnant. You have to push yourself in order to do the things to get you to where you want to be. And hopefully this video is the gentle, kind, compassionate nudge that gets you on your path of trying to have more discipline in your life, as well as just living out your dreams. First things first is self-control. Because when you have self-control, you have the ability to regulate your thoughts, your behaviors, your reactions, your emotions. You have dominion over yourself and you are able to control yourself. Obviously, that's something that is huge with discipline, is this idea that we are able to control our actions and ourselves in order to move us forward and do the things that we need to do in order to get them done. That was a little redundant, but you know what I mean. Self-control is all about resisting those short-term wants in order to achieve your long-term desires. That's just the reality of it. The second thing is consistency. You need to wake up every day, every week, every month, every year, and have that consistency within yourself to keep wanting to pursue your dreams, to keep wanting to pursue your discipline. You don't just stop for a day or two or three or four or five. You keep going, you keep chugging, you keep up that consistency. And yes, sometimes we can need a little break, but getting yourself back into the swing of things, having that consistency within yourself is something that is only going to make your discipline stronger. Because when you lack that consistency, discipline is not there. And this is because discipline requires repeated effort over time. That's what discipline is. The third thing is purposeful action. You need to be clear on your intentions. I think I've been clear with that in this video, but you need to be clear with your intentions of why it is you are doing what you are doing and what it is that you are doing and how you are doing it. You need to have very clear intentions with everything it is that you do. Just saying. Because discipline is not about restriction for restriction's sake. It is about you doing things that align with your goals or the person you want to be or the life that you want to have. Discipline is the habit of sticking with our routines or practices. It doesn't matter if we're feeling motivated or not. We are going to do what it is that we need to do regardless. The fourth thing that discipline requires is resilience. You have to be able to pick yourself up when you are down, when you have resilience. Why? Because you believe that you can, and you believe that you should, and you believe that it is only going to help you. If you pick yourself up when you get knocked down, either it's a hard day or a hard month or you got bad news, whatever it is, you stay resilient because you see what it is that you are trying to achieve, and you don't let anything or anyone get in the way of that. Discipline requires you to stay on course even when life gets challenging, because that's the thing about life, it is challenging. This includes accepting setbacks and mistakes as opportunities for growth and learning rather than reasons why you shouldn't be working towards your dreams or practicing discipline. You need to see everything as a purposeful reason why it's going to get you closer for what it is that you are trying to achieve. There are different types of discipline that you can have in your life. And two of these types are the ones that really come to mind when we think of discipline, which are self-discipline and work discipline. The things that we hold in ourselves, the way that we keep ourselves disciplined in our own lives, as well as what we need to do at work in order to get things done, or in school, whatever it is that we need to do in those two realms. But then there's also social discipline, and these are the social norms or the things that we do, the ways that we stay disciplined at the social society level. But then there's also emotional discipline. And I think that this one is a big one because it's not really talked about a lot, because it's kind of interesting, this idea of having discipline with your emotions. But I think that it is one of the key reasons why people might be struggling with discipline, is because they might not have discipline over their emotions. So let's give you some tips and tools to help you build up your discipline to close out this video, because it's probably why you came here to watch. So let's talk about how you can improve your discipline, and just think about what area of discipline you might be lacking in, because there's multiple types that I just told you. Some of these ways that you can improve your discipline are kind of redundant based on what we said in the first part of the video, but I'm going to give them to you anyways because they're still good. So how can you improve your discipline? Well, first things first is start small and grow gradually. Think of what it is that you're wanting and give yourself a small goal, a small task that you want to start implementing in your life right now, today and tomorrow, and for the next week. Start small and build gradually. Don't see that whole thing and get overwhelmed. Just focus on little things that you can do to help yourself build up discipline. Discipline is like a muscle, and it will only strengthen when you are consistently putting in the effort to build it. And so thinking of those mini habits in order to get you to taking on those larger ways of wanting to live can really help you in this process of gaining more discipline. And with that being said, the second thing is creating those SMART goals that I previously mentioned earlier, those specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound goals that you can set for yourself. Instead of saying, I want to work out, say, I want to work out for 20 minutes every morning starting tomorrow, and in a month from now, I want to start working out for 30 minutes every morning for that month. And you build up and you build up and you build up. And this helps you build that muscle physically, as well as that discipline muscle, because you create those clear goals that help you stay focused to that bigger overarching thing that you desire. So instead of saying, I want to work out more, say, I want to work out for 20 minutes every morning, and then go on from there. The next thing is use habit stacking. When you are wanting to create a new habit, putting it together with another habit that you already do is something that can really help you. Let's say that you're wanting to read more in life. If you have a habit that you already do, let's say in the morning, you're making yourself a cup of coffee, you drink your cup of coffee. Instead of scrolling on your phone or looking at work, I invite you to read a book instead. Or maybe after you brush your teeth at the end of the night, instead of going on your phone, there's a theme here, instead of going on your phone after you brush your teeth, instead now you take out that book and you read. It's about stacking these habits that you want to create on top of ones that you already do, so that it seems more cohesive and it seems like it's more possible for you to do, instead of just being like, I want to read more, and you don't have a designated time that you want to read more. So you kind of push those two things together, so it creates a designated time in your day for you to do the thing that you are wanting to do. It makes it not seem so unrealistic or unattainable, because if you're like, hey, I just want to read a book. Okay, when are you going to read a book? Oh, whenever I remember. Well, you got to give yourself a reason to remember. So stack it on top of another habit. The next thing is developing a routine. This is something where I feel like some people really do thrive on routines and other people don't. But if you have more or less an idea of what it is that you are going to get done every single day and when you are going to do it, it will help you when you are trying to become more disciplined. When you create a routine, it really helps you take away those distractions or obstacles that you might have previously had that might have gotten in the way of you having discipline. Routines sort of simplify your decision making, which then gives you more time and allows you to be more productive with your day in order for you to have more discipline in your life. Some people are good with routines, some people aren't good. Personally, I think it's very beneficial when you are trying to get better with discipline. You kind of need to have a routine in order to have discipline in your life. Another thing is acknowledge your progress. When you are able to sit back and look at all of the things that you have been able to do thus far, or even just look back at your life and see all of the things that you've done, it doesn't matter where you are at in this practice of wanting to build up that discipline muscle. You need to see what it is that you have achieved and celebrate it and acknowledge it and practice gratitude for all of the things that you have done and where you are taking yourself towards. Take time to be grateful. It will help you so much throughout this process. Even if it's you practicing gratitude and looking at what it is you've achieved in the past week or that day or that month or that year, these things really help you feel aligned with your dreams and help you see where it is that you are going and how far you've come. I've said that already. Also, creating accountability in your life is something that could be extremely beneficial when trying to have more discipline in your life. Because if you are able to connect with someone who you love or trust, or maybe you even downloaded an app to help you stay, on track and have that accountability, those are things that could help you keep yourself motivated and also help you celebrate all of those little steps that you're making. Because if someone is able to ask you, hey, how are you doing with all of that stuff? And you're able to talk about it, that'll help you be more motivated and also want to stay disciplined because you're going to want to be accountable and share that with this person who knows what it is you're trying to achieve. Another thing is practice self-compassion over perfectionism. If you slip up, if you miss a day, if whatever happens, you need to make sure that you are allowing yourself to make a mistake and pick yourself back up and keep on going, because perfection does not work with discipline. Perfection is the soul sucker of anything good. I know that. Why? Because I am a perfectionist. So perfectionism is not the way to go. Self-compassion is when you are trying to become more disciplined with yourself, because you're able to see that every single step is just getting you closer to where you need to be, rather than being a reason why you don't deserve to keep on going on that path, or a reason why it doesn't work out for you if you make a mistake, because that's what perfectionist likes to whisper in our ear. It really lies to us. And lastly, visualize the benefits. Just like I said way earlier in this video, visualize what it is that you want and see how it is going to be good for you in your life in the long term and in the short term. Because when you have discipline, when you have that goal, it gives you so much purpose in life, and it really just fuels your fire, your flame, and gives you that passion for life, and it makes you be excited for the future. So really try to visualize the benefits of everything it is that you are doing right now, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, what you're doing. I don't know. I don't care. But just really try to see how all of this is only serving you for the better. When we focus on what we want out of our lives, the mundane tasks are then given meaning, and we are able to see that they are just getting us closer to where it is that we are wanting to be. Our mind is able to see these things as essential steps to getting us to where we desire. So maybe you're feeling lazy, you watched this video, and you're really needing to clean your apartment or your room, your dorm, your house right now, and you just don't want to. See the fact that cleaning your space can help you detoxify your mind and your space, obviously, and help you feel more comfortable in the next step of what it is that you are wanting to do with your life, what it is that you are wanting to do with yourself. When you align your actions with your desires, that just fuels your fire to have discipline in your life and makes everything feel so much more attainable and achievable. So just make sure that you're living your life in alignment. Give yourself the time and space to think about what it is that you even want out of life. Either in a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, imagine what it is that you want for yourself. When you have a clear vision, your desire to be disciplined is so much stronger because you know what you want and you know how you are going to get it, because it all starts with you. That's my third time saying that today. And now it is time for our question of the week. What is something that you want out of life? Do you know how you're going to get there? Thank you for watching this week's episode. I've been so passionate in life lately because things have really been aligning for me, and I see how everything I've just been doing has been getting me to where I'm wanting to go. And so this episode kind of felt fitting for where I am at with my life and where I'm wanting to go. And I just hope I helped you today. I hope I made you feel seen and heard and loved and excited for your own future, because you can have such a bright future. There is light at the end of your tunnel. If you're watching on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you are watching on Spotify, give me a 5-star review. It honestly helps more than you know, and feel free to follow as well. You could also follow me on Instagram at @tobeknownpod or TikTok at @tobeknownpod. Exciting things in the future, you guys. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled that you've made it to this point of the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay true to you. Bye.